morning, everybody. I'm Greg Belkin, Senior Director of Product Marketing here at Jitterbit. I'm also the host of Jitterbit's Breakfast with an Executive. So it's early in the morning here, East Coast time here in Ashburnham, Massachusetts. The Ashburnham, Massachusetts office of Jitterbit, also known as my kitchen. And I have to tell you, this is the time of the morning when I do my best thinking. And when I connect best, I feel that early morning zen kick in. And this morning I was thinking about App Builder, and I figured who best to bring in besides one of my favorite people here at Jitterbit, Surdar Turan, who is our executive vice president and in charge of our low code applications. And Surdar, this technically is Breakfast with an Executive, but you're based in Turkey. So it's actually really for you, it's kind of dinner with an executive. So
Dinner, breakfast and dinner with an executive.
that's
So
right.
that rhymes well.
Yeah. So Surdar, welcome to the program. Thanks for taking the time. At Jitterbit, we become so passionate about this product that we actually use it internally to manage a key process and a key challenge internally, which is on the employee experience side in the matter of benefits enrollment. Having gone through benefits enrollment just a couple of months ago, I saw the difference that this product made for me from a line of business perspective, in that I am so used to the process taking a long time. I'm so used to the process really, kind of sometimes challenging to dig in. But I think that using App Builder to accelerate this process really made a difference for me and for my fellow Jitterbitters who really, have not a lot of free time on their hands. And so I bring that up because I think it's an excellent use case, and I wanted to ask you about it this morning, and specifically, if you can tell me a little bit about the business challenge. Like, what was it? What was that eureka moment where we said, we should take App Builder and bring it into the benefits enrollment process?
Well, thank you, Greg. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and thanks again for inviting me over. Every business has these processes. They're seemingly straightforward, but they are not automated, and hence require time and effort. And in our case, one of the business challenges we faced before implementing it with App Builder was that our existing human resources information system did not have the necessary features to support the open enrollment process that we do annually. So this meant we would have to either purchase additional tools to support the process or develop some manual solutions internally. And obviously, our manual processes required human efforts and were sometimes error-prone. So to address this challenge, our IT team decided to use App Builder to build a secure solution that would allow our HR team to run the open enrollment process in a scalable and cost-effective manner.
Mm-hmm.
The solution also included integrations with our existing HR system to ensure that the entire workflow worked seamlessly end-to-end. So that was an additional benefit, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And so by using App Builder, we were able to develop a truly customized solution for ourselves that met our specific needs without having to purchase additional software or without the need to spend our precious human resources.
Mm-hmm. Great. Can you tell me a little bit about, Surdar, the process of going about and creating the app and creating the process flow? How difficult was it internally to get the app to a point where it was ready for the company? And frankly, I know it sounds weird, but like, was it weird, like relying on and bringing in line of business to work on these applications? I mean, this is a task usually reserved for IT, or IT very heavily IT dominated. And so I'm wondering how that sort of power sharing worked.
Good question. Generally, apps are developed in silos, but with App Builder, it's a collaborative process. And I should start with saying that the building the open enrollment app using App Builder was a relatively straightforward process.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, it was developed by a non-IT employee. Um, and also, I should add that the whole concept of developments with App Builder is merely modeling a set of business requirements without code.
Mm-hmm.
So during development, most of your time and energy is being spent in ensuring that the requirements are well captured and correctly reflected into the app. So that is the most important piece.
Got it.
To start the process, our IT team had several sessions with the global director of human resources to define the requirements for the app and to gain a clear understanding of the desired process. So this was done on a relatively tight timetable, and the initial app was delivered relatively quickly, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But as we rolled out the app, we started getting feedback from actual users, where we went back to the builder and made revisions to the app iteratively.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I'd say we learned that clear communication and establishing good collaboration best practices with business stakeholders and allocating sufficient time for user testing are really the key to developing a successful app using App Builder.
Mm-hmm. Great. So that sounds great. I mean, like I said, at the beginning, having been a regular user, and a frequent person who goes in and makes changes and enrolls for benefits constantly, at least yearly, sometimes, making changes. It's nice to see the process, get to a point where it's really takes a lot of work out for me, and I can get back to the things that I need to do.
Yeah, great. Good to hear.
Yeah. Can you summarize up some of the kind of the top level benefits? So you went through the process of creating the app, did some revisions. It sounded like it was learning and iterating. What is it, bottom line? What does this mean for Jitterbit?
Well, first of all, there are great learnings throughout the experience. For instance, one of the things we saw with the app, well, it's an incredibly flexible application in the first place, and that means the changes can be made in the app and deployed within minutes. Allowing tweaks to the workflows and the user experience to be delivered in almost real time. So, as you know, time is the essence, and this allowed us to resolve minor issues and incorporate user feedback very quickly, so that our employees can spend their time on more important tasks. It also allowed us to be agile as a company and responsive to changing business needs,
Mm-hmm.
and resulting in a better overall employee experience. In summary, I would say the experience post creation of the app was positive, with the app providing benefits not just for the IT team, but for the company as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Great. And then last question before I let you go, Surdar. Any thoughts about where you take it in the future? I mean, it seems like there are a lot of use cases for App Builder within an organization. I mean, just just me and marketing, like sharing data, sharing leads, information, and that sort of thing, is always an adventure. So I'm just wondering, like in your mind, where do you go from here?
Well, we actively use the app internally and not just once a year. For instance, we recently used the app, this open enrollment application, to complete the benefits enrollment for newly onboarded employees who joined the company via a acquisition. So moving forward, we plan to update the app to support off-cycle benefit changes as well due to qualifying life events. That's one thing we're looking into. This will enable Jitterbit to streamline the benefits management process even further and make it easier for employees to manage their benefits throughout the year. And additionally, because the app was developed using App Builder, there's a potential for it to be used for other purposes beyond just benefits management. For example, it could be customized to support other HR functions or to provide a new solution for another business need. So we're looking into all those options. The flexibility and scalability of App Builder mean that we can continue to use and expand upon the app in new and creative ways in the future.
Great. Well, this is such an exciting time for the low code market and for App Builder specifically. And it's really exciting to sort of watch and see, both for our customers and both internally. It's really really a fascinating time. And Surdar, I really appreciate your willingness and time to come on and talk with us this morning. And thank you very much. And it's been a great breakfast with an executive, and again, in your case, lunch and dinner with an executive. And we're very thankful. So thank you very much.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Greg.